Who's this by then?
Do you want me to talk?
Yeah.
Now this is a copy of Angra. And I think the picture was in Civilization by Kenneth Clark, which I've read and studied, and Simon and myself have recently bought it and watched. Simon's watched all of it, I've watched some of it on DVD, and it's absolutely superb, and again connects with the desire to be taken seriously, although we know we're not going to get all that much response in this world because it might be posthumous, but at least we want to try and show the world that, you know, we have done, made a lot of effort.
Who's this by again?
This is Angra, it's a pencil drawing. I think he might have done it actually in Rome. This is a copy of that, two girls, two sisters. I think I've caught it quite well, and I think it's got to, again, I think that you know, all these things have been hidden from the world. I did this again 20 odd years ago. I think it's quite, its work should be framed, should be shown and on the wall, you can look at it. Because, you know, anyway.
Yeah, it's an amazing picture that, isn't it?
Well, I think it's got it works well.
Yeah.
So what would you want to?
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one that I think, again, during that era, I used to do a lot of, I used to be working every day.
This isn't a copy though, is it?
This
is one of your own. This is one of your own. One of your own compositions.
This is one of my own compositions.
Yeah.
So I created a garden there.
In Sutton Street.
In Sutton Street.
And is this was this done at Project 92?
No, this was just done.
In your room? In your bedroom?
Project 9, this is in the 80s.
Oh right.
I think, again, in Stanton, Garnet Road.
Yeah.
Don't forget, as I said, I hope to show this film, these films. This is just taken out of a folder spontaneously, but I want to show.
Let me just on. Go on.
Hang on now.
What flowers are they? Are they chrysanthemums?
I don't know if they... I did a lot of gardening then, in the 80s, and I did a lot of flower studies, and perhaps I can show you another one of those next, but I'm hoping to skim through a lot of work in this first part of the film and just...
That pot looks very similar to like an Arthur Berry bit of work.
This is done in pastel, by the way.
The pastel work on there looks very similar to what Arthur Berry used to do with chalks.
Yeah.
That very vigorous cross hatching there, can you see it? On that pot.
Yeah. Can we just stop for a minute? Now this is, do you want to say okay when you want me to talk and everything?
Okay.
Now this is a picture of primroses in chalk and pencil, I think. Chalk and pencil. It's one of the first artworks I did in the early 80s after the Icelandic saga of trying to do the course at the Poly, not be able to get a grant, and a lot of confusion in the family. And anyway, under the influence of I so enjoyed doing these studies and so stimulating. I thought, I'm going to have a go to artwork myself, and this is one of the first ones I did, and I think this is, again, the more you just look at it, it's what art should be. Art should, you should look at it. It's a contemplation. It's a I'm just looking at it. I'm just relaxing, as I say. How rarely, and this is evidence in our own family, nobody knows anything about, that me and Simon has done 500 artworks. I've done quite a large body of artwork, but people just think I've just done a few poems. But I've done again, it's if you talk about opus numbers, and I'm not trying to be pretentious now, I'm a very straightforward ordinary person in my attitudes. I want to be reasonable, but the thing is, if you talk about opus numbers in your oeuvre, opus numbers, we're both in the hundreds, 500s, hundreds aside, and me with my artworks, and if you count a poem as an opus number, with my artworks, so I'm into 300, 400 myself, not to mention novels, plays, 100,000 words of journal. Again, that's another story again. 100,000 words of a journal. I wrote it for people to read eventually one day, but again, who knows, it might have to be posthumous, you know, but while still reasonably compass mentis, I want to get this few things on record, give a hint to the other people what I'm like, you know, what we like and where we're coming from, you know, because people like to think you're just crackers or you're mental or something, but you know, anyway, this is in chalk, primroses. And I think it's got a certain, I don't know, it's got a certain monumentality about it, and again, I think this should be framed and on the wall so I can look at it. You know, it's been hidden. Hidden anyway.
Gems.
Hidden gems in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Poems, paintings, plays, the rest, you know. Anyway, I hope you get the picture, pardon the pun.